Welcome back to the 25 days of Whiskey Christmas. Today is December 2nd, so we are on day 2. And I've decided I'm going to stay here. I had talked in yesterday's video about maybe moving to a different location. But all my whiskey's here. All my glasses are up there. Might as well stay. I can hold up the bottle so you can see what we're doing. I think it works. As I mentioned yesterday, I have assigned a number to all the bottles. I won't tell you how many I have because my wife might see this video. But I've assigned a number to all my bottles, and then I'm using a random number generator sequencer thing that I found online. And it is going to pick the number for each day. I've already done it, so I know what's coming. But so let's get started. Today's bottle for December 2nd, the second day of 25 days of Whiskey Christmas, is Four Roses Single Barrel. Single barrels are exactly what they sound. They find a barrel that tastes a little extra special out of the warehouse. They pull it out and they pour bottles, and this is only going to be stuff from that one barrel. Other bottles that you find in a store are often blends, and we'll talk about that in a few different whiskeys that we do this month. But single barrels are all single barrels. They're not unique. A lot of distilleries do them, but they're always a step above. They're always a little bit better. And what's interesting is you can buy a single barrel now and buy a single barrel next year of the same exact thing, and it'll be completely different. This one comes from Warehouse GW, and it is barrel number 67-5Q. See that right there. Four Roses is one of the more respected ones. They are really good at what they do. So I'm excited to try this one today. So let's get started on our tasting. All right. As I mentioned in my last video, I like to roll my glass. Can't really see it, but it lingers on there, and it adds a little bit more of that flavor to the side of the glass. This is called a Glencairn, if you've never seen that. Glencairn is specifically for whiskey tasting to kind of push the flavors up to your nose. A lot of times you'll see specific glasses for beer, for IPAs specifically, in a similar glass that kind of pushes the scent up to your nose. And it's really good for bourbon because there's so much complexity going on. So let's actually get into that complexity. And I know you can't see it, but it's really hanging on the side of the glass. So this is probably going to be good. It's very interesting. It's not a strong nose. For as much as it's hanging on the glass, it's kind of, this might sound funny, or whiskey nerds might love what I'm about to say. Kind of smells like dried raisins. Like you open up a package of raisins and a couple of them fall on the counter and dry out over the day, and then you smell them. Do you do that? Do people do that? And also, it's just really soft. I guess there's a little bit of vanilla in there, but really just like that. Yeah, I guess there's some vanilla. Yeah, it's coming through a little bit more. So dried raisins and vanilla. I don't know. Little trick, if you notice my mouth's open. If you've never tasted whiskey before, or if you have and you haven't got much from it, keep your mouth open. Kind of processes all of the scents a little bit better. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go with dried raisins and vanilla. Let's see what it tastes like. That's probably annoying on camera. That's what I'm doing now. This is kind of a buzzword and I don't want to abuse it, but it's almost floral. It's like I took one of the bouquets of flowers I get for my wife often and ate some of it. Yeah. It does finish well, like I'm still tasting it. Some bourbons kind of come and go pretty quickly. This one's still lingering on there. It's funny when you go back for a nose after you've had it. It always changes a little bit. This one's pretty consistent though. Four Roses, I feel, is, like I said, it's a higher class. The single barrel is it's a sought after. Yeah, floral, kind of. I guess it does have a little bit of vanilla in there. Every bottle is going to be different, like I said. Let's read about this a little bit. The Four Roses is a straight bourbon. It is distilled and bottled by Four Roses, which is owned by Kirin, or I don't know how to say that, Kirin Brewing Company. It comes in at 100 proof. They do not release an age statement on this one. The mash bill is 60% corn, 35% rye, 5% malted barley. The price MSRP is about $50, which is interesting because it was only $40 last year. So it went up $10 this year. Maybe supply chain issues with corn. But yeah, where's my rating on this? Where's the fall in my ranking system? I'm gonna say, so just as a reminder, a daily drinker. Second one is probably only good for mixed drinks. Third one is share with friends, and the fourth one is reserved for royalty. I think it's a mixture of 1 and 3. I think that I would absolutely share this with friends, but it's probably something's good enough and even enough, and it's lower proof at just 100 that it could be a daily drinker. I don't drink every day, so it's hard for me to say that, but I think what I mean by that category is something I could go to pretty easily any day of the week. So yeah, probably a mixture of 1 and 3. Something I could drink every day, but also something that I could share with friends. So that's it for December 2nd, day 2 of 25 Days of Whiskey Christmas. As always, please leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried this one, if you tried other Four Roses. Love to hear some feedback. Love to see some conversation in the comments about these different bourbons. So until tomorrow.